Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Right here on KSP TV. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it?
I want to thank Grandmaster and all the Grand Masters, male and female, that are here, and I want to thank you for demonstrating the greatness of your skill.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm confronted by him, the question is, what do I see in him? First of all, I see, if we're taught that when we look at another man or brother or sister, when we look at our alternate's heart, we've got to see ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now the question is, what do you see? Do you see yourself or do you see someone capable of destroying you? Well. Good evening, universe. It's your brother King Simon right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's right. If you're a troll, take a stroll somewhere else. We ain't got no time for that mother flipping mess. Period. All right. It's your brother King Simon, always doing it the righteous way. Just want to remind everybody, please like, subscribe, and share with family members and friends that are on a spiritual journey. I'm about to bring on my co-host, my special guest co-host for the first time, but I want to remind everybody, of course, I want to thank all of my sponsors, of course, got to big them up all the time. And I want to thank, of course, Queen Afua that's going to be here momentarily at 7 o'clock. And my guest co-host is going to be coming up in a few seconds. Let me just shout out what I got to shout out. Just want to remind everybody that our dear beloved Lloyd Strayhorn will be in London, England on August the 23rd. Make sure y'all support Corey and Vanessa, a beautiful couple out there doing the great works interconnectedness. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to present. Also, big up to my grandmaster in the martial arts since 1989. The whole family of Sanukas having something in Chicago from July 25th to 27th. Man, woman, child, everybody should be here at the International Martial Arts Conference. It's going to be off the hizzle for shizzle. I'm telling you right now. Big up to my son with his recording studio. That's going to be big. Check out his studio, Green Studio NYC. Yes, 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 yes. Big up to Abundance Child, of course. That's Abundance Child at John Carr. Every Thursday they do something on WJVSradio.com. Make sure you check them out. And if you do want to book a session with me, take advantage of my discount all the way till July 22nd for the 10-minute and 15-minute. 50% off for the 10-minute session and 50% off for the 15-minute session. That's right. It's a pre-recording, but you get some good stuff out of it. So, without any further ado, I want to welcome right here on the stage for you what my new co-host or my guest co-host for the first time on King Simon Presents Only Quality People, the one, the only New Diamonds in the building.
Peace, wholeness, love, and light to the tribe. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much, King Simon. You're amazing. And wow, like you said, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful energy. And I'm just absorbing it all and radiating this beautiful love and light from the universe. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful, New Diamond. Thank you very much. Family, if y'all want to contact New Diamond, remember she got a nice website, newdiamonds.net. Her IG is New Diamonds at New Diamonds. Her YouTube channel is at New Diamonds also. And her Cash App is $ New Diamonds 101. So
Thank
you make sure y'all show our sister some love. So how you feeling, New Diamond? Which part of the world you live at again?
I'm in California,
Cali,
Richmond, California.
Cali.
Yes, it's all, it's a sunshine state. It's all about that love and light and prosperity and just being in tune with who you are, staying grounded in your roots, but, staying optimistic. So I'm just super excited. I'm feeling really good, really high vibrational, got some really good messages, got some really good sleep in today. So I'm just fully charged up and just happy to be here. I'm just in full gratitude and gratitude for you, gratitude for the master teachers and the ascended masters as you guys paved the way for us to be here. So I'm just happy, super happy.
Hey, well, thank you very much, sister. We met for the first time on Stone Mountain for the Stone Mountain trip, and that was a beautiful event. We had a great time. Big up to Brother Rich, KTL, everybody that came out, and everybody that came and spoke at the mountain. I was going to call you up on the mountain, but I know you probably would have ran down the block and ran down the mountain like I called you up on stage at the comedy show. You look like you was. I said, I couldn't find you for a second, but I knew you were standing somewhere next to us, and I was like, okay, I can't call her, because I called up Sister Golda, AKX Sister High Heels, because she spoke last year with us, and she did a great job, of course. And but we need, always want to keep the feminine energy in the mix of things, no matter what, no matter who, no matter where. So, big up, big up, big up to you. How was your experience on Stone Mountain as we wait for Queen Afua to come in?
Oh man, I'm still, trying to integrate it all. It was such a beautiful, life-changing experience. I'm still on top of that mountain. My spirit is still on top of that mountain, King Simon. I'm just super, I feel like when I say this, I really mean this physically. I feel like we quantum leaped, It feel like as soon as we all came together on top of that mountain, we just became one.
Yes.
And then things just transcended, right? The whole meteorite, the floods, the weather anomalies, and a lot of things transpired. I feel like a lot of abundance of, things and prosperity and people and network and opportunities and gifts. I feel like everything was just enhanced as we climbed that mountain. It was a physical and spiritual experience that I'm, forever grateful for. So.
Good, good, good. Well, I'm glad that you're here to be our co-host with our dear beloved Queen. I see Ali is preparing things in the background, so I won't bring it up until Queen shows up on that screen, and then we'll make it happen.
Yes.
Because they know I got the sacred woman always. I've given away this book probably 4 times, what I'm saying? So to women who needed it. And this event that Queen Afua got coming up soon means a lot to the world. Queen Afua has meant a lot to the world and still means a lot to the world. And I'm so proud of her journey and what she came to do and how she came to do it. So as we await Queen Afua to sit on the crown and the throne over there and wait for her to sit on her throne and get relaxed. You know what I'm saying? I know how Queen gets down, so we're
Yes.
gonna make it happen. You know, we're
Yes.
gonna make it happen. And big up to everybody in the building that's coming up. Praise 7, everybody. So all my regular supporters, please. Queen Afua's website is pinned to the top of the chat. New Diamond is right here in the chat, but Queen Afua, I make sure her website is pinned to the top as we get ready to bring her on in a few seconds. As I see her preparing, she's adorning herself right now. I know how she
Yes.
does her thing. So,
Yes.
you know, she's a Leo, true Leo, true Leo spirit. You know, they got to
Yes.
adorn themselves. You know,
Yes. And pure heart, Leo, they rule the heart. So she is always loving and giving and sharing and making us focus on our hearts and pouring into ourselves as we pour into others. So
yeah. You know, I think she's ready. I think she's ready. All right, just shake your head when you're ready, Queen, and we'll make it happen. All right, there you go. All right, look. This is my queen, Empress of Health and Wellness. I don't even like to call her queen. I like to call her Empress, to tell you the truth, because when an empress step on their throne with the emperor, you know, it is what it is. You know, they came here to make decisions, to rule the spiritual government. And remember, the men had to consult the oracles to make moves. So without
yeah.
any further ado, I want to make sure we welcome on my stage. It's not like she's been here for the. I've known Queen since the 80s from WBLS, WLIB, WWRL, when she was with another fella and another brother that I call a beloved father too. As you know, I always like to mention him also, but we ain't gonna do that today. We're gonna stay focused. And this sister mean a lot. Even when I'm on, if I'm at any of her events, I'm always on post for all of my elders, because I'm one of those people that will not just give my life for an elder, is take a life for an elder. So every time I stood in front for Dick Gregory, for Dr. Valentine, for Baba Heru, to Ashwa Kwesi and all that, because of my training of the FOI and the Ansar Allah community, I knew it was important to take a post for free for these elders. Matter of fact, at the Million Man March, I bodyguard Dr. Ben in the wheelchair. So I'm on a stage. So I know how important our elders is. So without further ado, we want to welcome on my stage right here, King Simon presents the one, the only Queen of
Thank you.
Queen.
Thank you, King Simon. There's no one like you. Every time I think of you, I think that you are one of the saviors for our community
Oh,
because you made sure that we were highlighted, that we were able to gather together to get the wisdom, to get the knowledge. And I was on 125th Street and 7th Avenue from back then, Dr. Barbara Ann Tier, and I know
yes,
they have a new structure, but I thought
yes,
about you.
yeah,
And
oh,
how many events did you have there?
yes,
Thousands of people came through your vision of keeping us together and getting the drum out into our families of wellness on soul, cultural wellness, spiritual wellness, all based African natural beingness. So I just want to say thank you to you.
thank you, mother.
One, two.
Thank you, mother. And I want to introduce you, my mom. Thank you. And to New Diamonds from out of California, man. I don't know if you ever met her. I know she's from out of Cali, but one of my guest co-hosts for today. So this is New
Thank you, New
Diamond.
Diamond. We want to
Thank you.
shine just like you.
Oh, thank you. We get it from you, Miss Queen of Afua. So you paved the way for all of us to shine our light. So gratitude goes to you and for all the
Oh,
work that you do.
thank you
Yeah,
so much.
and you know, Queen, and you know, we've known each other for a long time. Even my boss helped you out back in the day, Bob Law, and
Bob Lord.
my boy from WWRL, and you know,
I
he
didn't know
goes.
he was your boss.
Remember, I used to work
Wow.
at. He was the one that hired me to WWRL back in
Whoa.
1999. You know, and I became a radio personality over there. Then became a morning show host and all of that.
Mm,
So that's the first time I did morning show. But Bob Law was one of the people that heard my voice and said, "Come." And then when I realized, I used to listen to y'all on Night Talk. So,
yes.
you know, and BLS, LIB, of course, Gary Bird, Imhotep, Lloyd Strayhorn, of course, your
Mm,
contemporaries. And, you know, it's been a journey for all of us. Been a
yes, it
journey
has.
for all of us. And I'm proud of your journey. I'm proud of what you're about to do as far as the Ascension Ceremony. And let's talk about that first before we get into anything else, because this is going to be a very important event, August the 1st all the way to the 3rd, and it's called You Are Cordially Invited to this to our Ascension, the Rise of the Healer. It's a weekend, it's 3-day cultural extravaganza that feature personal healing activities, live performance, music, wellness workshops, networking, vegan food, green life tonics, and the Holistic Health Expo. Ascension is a retreat and reunion that features ancient rituals, spa experiences, healing activities, sisterhood and brotherhood bonding, dancing, sunrise yoga, and meal networking, and a marketplace. Yes, yes, and it's all happening at the Brooklyn, New York Marriott. Well, it won't all happen at the Brooklyn, New York Marriott, but that's the main event will be at the Brooklyn, New York Marriott in Brooklyn. Make sure you go to the website for the itinerary. And as a matter of fact, let me throw up the website right now in the background. Let me show people the website before we get into our discussion with our beautiful Empress Mother. The website is there. You know, I got to show the website because this is what they're doing. It's going to be big. Ascension dinner with Queen Afua. What do you need? What they're going to have? Everything is in the building. I'm telling y'all, family, you want to go through this website and find out everything because Sister Queen has been doing it for 40 plus years, helping women and men around the world achieve their wellness goal. Queen, it,
Yes.
you've been doing it. You've
That's
been.
called, what you just did, that's called drop the mic. The mic is sizzling.
Yes.
My interview could stop right here because I'm like, whoa, whatever's happening, I need to be there. I will be there.
Exactly.
It's a party.
It is a celebration.
Yes.
Yes, please
It
talk
is a
about it. Talk about
party.
it. Go ahead.
Well, the Ascension, I go back to Dr. Barbara Ann Tier,
Yes.
125th Street and 7th Avenue. I poured
Yes.
libation yesterday just to give thanks for her life. As
Yes.
we know, as we call on our ancestors and we remember their works, then we are showing that we're worthy
Right.
of what they've given to us, and that our goal is to continue.
Right.
So through the generations, that all of her work and labor was not in vain. You were there, we were there, all of us was there. Bob Lloyd Imhotep, all of us was there. Mr. Farrakhan was there when
Yes.
the play was booming. It was just
That's
so
right.
much, and we're going to continue all of that. So Ascension is a continuation of bringing together cultural awareness and empowerment, bring economic empowerment with our entrepreneurs. We have to continue to build business and to bring together the wellness. And this is to me the rise of the healer. When stuff is all going wrong and hit the fan, you better call on a healer to rescue you, to take you up, to lift you up. And
Yes.
that's us. All of us are healers in
Yes.
different ways. Some of us come as healers, as writing healers.
Yep.
Some of us as promotional healers, bringing others together. Some of us come in as holistic healers and Reiki masters and massage therapists and food activists and all of that. So there's so many different ways of healing. The book that you're in is Planet Heal. And that was 70, that is in the book 76 Healers. And I'm just gonna call Dr. Africa because he's one of our great and mighty healers who's no longer in his body. But
Yes.
he was the first one, he opened the way for that book.
That's right.
So we're bringing it all together. We're bringing together the sacred women. There'll be 100 sacred women and sacred women practitioners and aboots, which are priestesses of this work. They're going to be performing, and
Yes.
they're going to be performed. That's on Sunday, and their performance is their real life, from
Yes.
death to resurrection. Everyone has issues. We all have some issues, and when
Yes.
we come together culturally and spiritually and socially, with eldership and youth coming together, high respect, we can overcome
Yes.
insurmountable odds. It's not one person. I'm representing my community. That's why I have to watch myself, because whatever I do is going to impact my community. Whatever we do is
Yes.
going to impact our community. So we want to really bring the best to our circle. So in that day, we're going to be on Sunday. We're going to be doing the women will perform, And you will see yourself in the audience. Those who come, you're gonna say, wait a minute, that sounds like my story. That's my womb pain story. I need, and you're gonna hear how one overcomes. Maybe they was gonna have a hysterectomy, but they changed their lifestyle. The top fibroids shrunk and drained out. So you might hear a testimony on that. Someone may say, it's opening my mouth. I'm cursing somebody because I'm so angry. I'm so enraged. And when all of a sudden they saw a change because the word is medicine. These are cultural states of consciousness that our ancestors gave us from the beginning of time. Food is medicine. We're going to share that. Where everything you eat creates your liver, your kidneys, your blood, your blood. I'm hearing so many men getting stents by their heart because their heart valves are clogged up with stress, anger, a lot of emotions not being released, and then they may be eating foods that are poisonous to the system. So they're getting stents as opposed to green juices and healing alkaline water and massage and inversion. So there's so many ways. So mother, father, sister, brother, when you come to that Sunday and Saturday,
Yes.
so we're going to go through 12 gateways with the women, and we're going to go through 12 pylons with the men. So Saturday, through the
Yes.
leadership of Supernova Islam, he's flying in from LA, and
Yeah.
Halid's also flying in from LA. They're brother to brother on the
Yes.
highest level, and they've taken over 200 brothers through the
Yes.
journey over these last few years. So the women are elevating. And we had to have our men walking with us in tandem, healing together. So second one has been in process for 37 years. And
Right.
Manual Thyself has been in process for 5 years. So it's cultural. The women, according to our ancestors, they opened the way, As and Nebuchadnezzar, coming onto the planet and leaving into the ancestral throne.
Yes.
It's As and Nebuchadnezzar, sister to sister. So we're going to be supporting Saturday. We're going to be supporting our men as they go through their birthing. They're coming into their states of kingdomship, and they're coming into their states of giant consciousness, and they're overcoming so families can heal. So I want you to come out to that. And then Sunday is a whole, a whole drama that we're going to be singing, we're going to be dancing, we're going to be doing everything to show and demonstrate our transformation from hurt, broken women to wise, healthy, and more vibrant women. And when we complete, man and woman, when we complete the process, the rite of passage, which is our culture to know what to do, how to be in community, then we're able to have the information to take home to our families.
Yes.
We have to heal our elders, and we can do it. My mother lived till 100 years old, and I was right there with the green light and the clay past and everything, and she embraced it. My mother and Ali together, they handle our factory.
Yes.
And so that eldership and that youth, even on that level. And so everything that is great that we have inside of us is going to be demonstrated over these next 3 days. And of course, on Friday, we do our warm welcome and the rededication for those women. I spoke to Tracy Queen today. Tracy Queen is
Yes.
over
Yes.
the alumni, and she's one of our eldest
That's right.
members. She's been with us since 2001. When the book came out, she was
Yes.
right there, and she never left. And it's her and Roseanne Tyler, they put their 20-some years in. So
Wow.
they handle the alumni. So we're gonna have an alumni. We're gonna go from the 12-week rites and celebrate them and congratulate them and do a ma'at ceremony and a lighting of the heart, measuring your heart against the feather and scale. And then we're going to go right into now what is next. Come into the alumni, because that is how you maintain. How do you do all this healing work and all this cleansing and all this healing of mother, father, sister, brother, and then you fall to the wayside? So we want to make sure that you have a safe journey and you continue to evolve. So if you have a gift that's inside of you, it doesn't all come out in 12 weeks. It takes time to become an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurship is extremely important. So we go into the next level. And of course, Queen Esther will be graduating. That's a whole nother level.
Another
Queen
level.
Esther
Yes.
will be
Yes.
graduating with myself. I'll be traveling out a week later to go to Ghana because we're having Sacred Women Ghana.
Mm.
They are graduating. It's 18. It's eight elder women,
Wow.
16 up, and there's eight younger women
Wow.
from 20 to 45.
Wow.
And they bond together, and the elder women give them wisdom as we go through the gateway. So it's a beautiful way. We're expanding now. this
Wow.
work. So it has gone global. Not just our products in the UK, our products in all of Africa, our products throughout the United States and the Caribbean islands. So our green light for building, we're gonna have that there and everybody can have some, we're gonna be green lighting you up. That's
Yes.
all free. Come get your tonic. We're gonna be master herb. If you have an addiction, you wait up for 2 or 3 days, we're gonna work that out. Have some of those who have really heavy bone problems, talking about surgery, knee replacement, hip replacement, come on out. Whatever, respiratory issues like I had in my beginning, asthma, allergies, hay fever, come out. We have a tonic. We're going to share those tonics. Those are free. That's included when you come. So we have the drummers are coming out. We are going to, there's going to be an explosion August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Brooklyn, my hometown. And
Yeah.
I was at, I was in LA, for 4 years. Then I went to Atlanta for 2 years, and I did a roundabout turn all the way around, and now I'm in Brooklyn, my foundation. So here we go.
Wow, wow, wow. Let's give that a round of applause before New Diamonds asks her question. Let's give that a round of applause.
Mm.
Man, woo. Go ahead, New Diamonds, please, please.
Such
Share.
a beautiful journey. It sounds like a beautiful full circle moment. Like you said,
Mm.
just with traveling and starting with the youth to the elders and the elders and the youth, as that is a huge part of the gateway, the huge part of the initiation for the women, the men, is that fellowship between these generations, that bridge gap. Um, and with this whole ascension process, I kind of want to deep dive into what does that look like, this whole ascension process, because some people like to think of it as love and light and it's blissful, but with ascension comes releasing, it comes
Mm.
surrendering. So I kind of wanted your perspective on what does an ascension process, protocol, ceremony look like.
I think you took Sacred Woman.
Yes.
Oh, you did? You did?
No, I don't think she did, but
You
everything
did?
that
She
she's
did?
saying, you
Well,
took it?
she did.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What
See,
year were
I didn't
you?
know that.
Yes.
What year?
um Well, I started my Sacred Woman journey in 2017. And I just kind of, like you said, been through my own rites of passage. I didn't have anyone to teach me. So
Mm.
that's why you're such a guiding light for women who didn't get initiated by their elders, kind of got initiated by spirit. And I just kind of let that guide me and let you be that guiding light for me. And I'm pretty sure I speak for a lot of other women in the community when we say we didn't have that initiation, we didn't have certain role models, and you being that guiding light for us really gave us that remembrance of who we are. So, yeah.
Well, I am so moved. Thank you. That, wow. I'm just going to just take a moment to breathe and say thank you, Most High, for this moment. And it's really about that. It's about, well, the journey to ascension.
Yes.
When you on your way to ascension, a lot of things come out. It's a journey, right? And what comes out? Fear, doubt, hurt, misunderstanding, confusion, revenge. All these various things come out, but also what comes out is a fibroid tumor may leave, pained monthly menses flow may go, depression and headaches will detox out of your life. Violent, toxic relationships begin to leave out. So much leaves as you on your way to ascension. Because there's an affirmation that Nova says to support ascension that really had me to use that word. He would say, ascension, maintain, ma'at, sustain. So we can get to ascension. We do the work of the rites of passage of fasting and cleansing and renewing and going back to our parents and healing those relationships up and forgiving our children forgiving us, and just going through the process of setting your home as a wellness home. From the kitchen lab to the hydrotherapy bathroom to the regeneration chamber to the true living room, your home becomes a wellness place. And so the journey is ever flowing to get to ascension. When you get to ascension, you've gone to your highest self. Now it's about maintenance, maintaining. You can get there, but can you hold it? Can you magnify it? Because if you can magnify, that's why we have a whole celebration for 3 days, because we have to magnify our overcoming. We have
Yes.
to magnify our unity as a people. We have to magnify that we now are entrepreneurs, that we're making a living from our own vision, and we interconnect and network so that we can support each other and we can grow economically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So ascension, to maintain it, is the biggest word. So when I spoke to the beloveds who are going to bring us going from the rites of passage to the Ascension 3-day intensive retreat, then we go into the aftermath of your highest self, which is to continue to stay in circle. Manual thyself will stay in circle, and alumni, Sacred Women will stay in circle, so we can begin to fortify and shine. And for me personally, I come, well, I'm teaching, but I come humble to the work because it was given to me from the Most High. And it was given to me from my community asking me many questions. And I had to go to the ancient ones, the shining beings, to show me the way. And I wanted to really uplift to know Angrasa Master Patah, because that unit of 19 years helped to fortify this book, Sacred Woman, him as a master teacher of the Kemetic legacy. And so, in this process of this transformation, I've been on this quest for 50 some years. And every time, but in Sacred Woman, it's been 37 years. And every time I teach it, I allow myself to go through it again. Wow. Newt, to know that Newt is the sky mother and she helps us rebirth our wombs and we don't have to have any womb issues, from herpes to endometriosis to fibroid tumors, if we know how to take on our ancestors' way of living in these times. To know that we don't have to harbor the anger for our relationships with our mothers and fathers, but maybe sometime to go back and help them because they were young and they were growing and they fell, and you can help them rise because you have the knowledge and information on how to uplift a family. Maybe in the gateway you can now say, wait a minute, I really want to do this with my life. A sister cried on me the other day, literally, and she's a sacred woman practitioner. And she said, Queen, I want to make this sacred woman work my life's work. I want to do it every day. I don't want to go into another job. And so I said, you know what? I prayed, I cleansed, I rested, and I woke up at 4. And the Most High downloaded everything to me. And that is, it's time now to open up to chapters.
Yeah.
So I started to lay it out. I spoke to me and Queen Esther, we worked together on the building. I spoke to Mudamira, and we started typing and putting things together. And it's now we have 9 Sacred Women chapters. So what I do, they will be able to do, as long as they have a brick and mortar and they're taking Sacred Women practitioner training. And for 2 years, they've been doing their work and they've taken some of our other training so that they give the women the best in that town, in LA, in Washington, in Chicago, in New York. And that's we're going to see each other for the first time on that level and meet and greet the new chapters that are coming forth, because the work has to go beyond me. The work
Yes.
has to continue to grow so we can continue to heal our families, our community. So this is all what's happening. It's so much happening in 3 days. We're creating a whole new world in 3 days. This
Yeah.
political environment it's called the Great Awakening.
Yes.
Nobody's coming for us but us. So we got to
Yes.
come with our
You, you,
best for each other.
Queen. Want to thank Legendary Top Cat for making a donation, and everybody that's in the chat showing you love. Abundance
Oh,
Child is in the chat.
yeah.
Everybody, Naya is in the chat. Monique is in the chat from Nicholas, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the
Oh,
chat.
Monique is here.
Yeah,
Wow.
Monique in the building.
I want
Monique
to
in the
say
building.
thank you, Monique, because you were the first one to welcome me in Brooklyn.
Okay, exactly. Monique from Nicholas, Brooklyn. Big up to Nicholas, Brooklyn. You know,
Yes.
Queen, did you ever expect, after working with people like Johnny Moore and
Mm.
Paul Gauze, Dr. Laila Africa,
Oh,
the First World and all this, you'd ever expect to see these young entrepreneurs and people supporting you, showing you love, like a Erica Badu, India Irie, Lauren, all of these people, man, just loving on you on the Breakfast Club. You at the Essence Festival. You at the. Did you ever expect? Was that? Did you ever even see that vision back in those days when you started out there walking up and down Harlem with John E. Moore? I even have that videotape on my channel of him walking people around Harlem, showing people.
Yes.
So I have an old vintage tape of him up on my channel. Go look that up,
Yes.
family. Did you ever expect this would happen in your lifetime?
No, I didn't see it coming.
Right, right,
I saw it when I was 16 years old. I had no clue
right,
that any of this, because at that time I was a dancer. I had a dance company.
right,
And
right,
I was in a doo-wop group, and I was taking acting classes, and I was with a company called the Demigods. So I wasn't even thinking on this plane. But I also my body was filled with sickness. I was in the all-American toxic diet was killing me. So when the first book I picked up at that retreat, that Aquarius, the brothers up at Aquarius, Dr. Moore and
yes,
Kanye and John Harris and other brothers and sisters, they had a retreat. And my girlfriend told me about Curie, and we both became vegans at the same time. It was called vegetarian back then.
right,
And she said, "You need to go." And I had my medication for my asthma, my allergies. I also had arthritis. I had PMS. I had headaches. I was a hot mess. So when I went on that retreat, I had one day of detoxing. I didn't even know that was coming. I didn't know what to do. The asthma kicked in, the hay fever, everything was happening. My body was shutting down, my systems. And I just asked one question. I said, "What am I going to do?" Boom! I heard it. I was given my first spiritual guidance. Eat grapefruits, lemons, and oranges. To my left was the cafeteria. I put my suitcase down with my wheezing and I went and got that. And I got some rose hips tea and I drink water all day. And I heard only one voice because I was so toxic. And the only voice I heard was Dr. Johnny Moore, Master Herbalist for 50 years at that time. And he was talking about the miracles of plants and the medicine in the plants, and that we don't have to suffer the way we're suffering. It's just due to a lack of knowledge.
right.
And I was enthralled with that. But then that night, I couldn't lay down. I was a chronic asthmatic. I had to sit up in front of the fireplace at this retreat. And during that time, the heat was coming to my lungs. I didn't. That's why I do so many soul sweats over the years. Me and Sonora did soul sweats upon soul sweats, because I found that the heat, sunlight, is one of the greatest forms of healing. But all through the day, water is a great form of healing. Water, flushing, cleansing. Air, oxygen, breathing in is a great form of healing. Medicine from the earth, the plant. I found all of this and I found my life. So when that next day, all this congestion came, I picked up a book that put me on my path. Dick Gregory, Cooking with Mother Nature.
Yes,
And I read about the 9 children and him and his wife, and I started to follow them like they was in my home. So I understand how people respond to the books, because then you can continue the lessons and go over it and live it just from a book, which is everything. So
right,
that's got me on my path. So I didn't see it coming.
yes,
And it became the greatest show on earth. I went from a dance company. I danced at the Metropolitan Opera House. I was on a level I was going. But I realized, and I was doing martial arts as I got a little bit older. I did a lot, my whole my life. But when I got to this healing, and I got in the church, they say somebody gets saved. I got saved. I got pulled out of my ignorance, and
right,
I got pulled into nature. And when I got that spirit of nature healing me, I never turned back. That is
yeah,
what I encourage. So all I do is compound. That's why I have all this energy. I have all this energy because we all have it, and it's our nature to have it. And this melanin, put the melanin with a clean body and a clear mind, we can create everything. We are the leaders of the globe. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. We're the mothers and fathers of holistic health. We're the mothers and fathers of spirituality. If we could tap into our deep cleansing and don't turn back, then everything that we've ever wanted will come. Everything. And that's what I'm standing on. Because I'm not just seeing my life improved and healed and my children, my family. I'm seeing families heal. Because I have a quote. It says, the whole work whether you're doing sacred women, man heal thyself, womb wellness training, womb yoga, which I'm about to do this weekend. Anybody's interested, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you want to become a yoga teacher. It's going to be both women and men. You
Yes.
know, I want to say, Roger, thank you for pushing me over the cliff and say, Queen, can you do something for the brothers? And I did. I created work so that we do comedic yoga from my perspective of the sacred work and movement. That's right.
There
And
it is.
so, you know, so that's my journey. That's and so I know I didn't see it coming, but I'm so glad that it did come.
That's
I'm
right.
so glad that, you know, I have an opportunity to heal myself. And I'm, you know, I just think that I'm happy because we are healing. So many people are healing now. And I'm considered part of the green food movement. You know, I'm one of the champions of the green food movement. And
That's right.
that's some supernatural alkaline living,
That's right.
you know, so it's all coming together. And the beauty for me also is that it's not based on a religion. All the spiritual houses come together. Because when I was about to close Sacred One Book and be complete, I got a clear vision. The Most High showed me create a circle. I wrote the circle, listening, 4 in the morning, and then I divided by fours and divided by eight. And I just kept dividing it. And then I put in, oh, sacred woman, Rasta woman, sacred woman, Kemetic women, sacred woman, Hare Krishna woman, sacred woman, Buddhist women, sacred woman, Yoruba woman, sacred woman, Akan women, sacred Nubian women, sacred woman, Christian women. So I just, all of these are the women and they come together because we were divided. And my father's a Garveyite
Yes.
as Queen Esther's father was a guardian and mother and father. And one of these always says, how are we going to heal as the people? We have, my father always said, you have to unify. That was Marcus Garvey's way. We have to unify. And if we unify, then we could build. And I know how my father's thinking. My father brought 4 brownstones in the 1950s. So I have to say that my father was a master entrepreneur. And
Yes.
so he put this in me to work with my people. And my mother cultivated me as a young woman. She sold all my clothes. She put me in cotillion. The same place, the Albemarle, is the same place my mother and father met. And that was beginning, of course, you know, I'm here and my brothers. But it's the same place where I went. I had a Negro girl rites of passage at age 13. My mother put me through that. But then it was the same place that Malcolm was shot to
Right.
death,
Right. Right.
you
Right.
know. So up in Harlem, so much. Langston Hughes was up in Harlem. You know, Minnie Grace was up in Harlem,
Yep.
and so that was part of my stomping grounds. Getting on that A train, going up to Harlem, learning about holistic healing, natural healing, and African spirituality. You know, but Brooklyn is the place, you know, but Atlanta is the place, you know, but Washington D.C. and I have been traveling. I've
Yes.
been traveling to all those locations over the years to spread the good word that it's our time now to really resurrect. It's time to come out of the mud, to fast and purify as Nefertun, and to blossom.
Man, people are in the chat. Sister Kafunia's in the chat. Everybody's in the chat coming in and
Thank you,
showing
Sister
love.
Punya.
Elmira's in the chat, Chief. Go ahead, New Diamonds, please. You know, ask your question, please.
Well, that's so beautiful, you know, that you had this vision of healing yourself and it turned into this beautiful, like you said, most high took you on a journey, right? That was unseen. But in the midst of that, you still had to balance yourself and balance, like you said, healing myself and healing others. Um, so a question that I kind of wanted to ask was, how do you know when you are on the up and up? I say this because sometimes people like to say that there's a calm before the storm, right?
Mhm.
But there's also a calm after the storm. So how do you know what type of energy or what energy that you're transitioning into, or what type of phase or pattern, or kind of how do you know? Because I'm pretty sure during your journey you kind of seen the ups and the downs, but you continuously went up. Was there any kind of inclination or
Yes.
um,
Actually, I wrote a book. I wrote another book. And the name of that book was Impeccable Listening.
mm,
And there was a question when I was getting ready to sit down with Laura London and Delia, who wrote the book. What's the name of her book, Ali? Layla Delia. when you become vibrate higher. And also Nipsey Hussle's sister. And there was a question, because I wanted to bring that to our circle, a little circle in LA. And I said, Most High, I have a constant communication. I said, what can I actually offer that will really take this vision of healing to the next level? That I go up to humanity, to our people. And what came right out immediately, teach them impeccable listening. I said, impeccable listening. This is a conversation. And I'm saying, so, and I said, so what is impeccable listening? Most I said, you know what impeccable listening is? It's what you do in Nebbit head. Intuition, trusting. So 3 words came out of that. And that's what created the book. It's on Amazon. First, you have to ask for whatever it is. If you have a question, where am I now in my life? What am I supposed to be doing now? Should I be ending this relationship? Should I be getting a new relationship? Should I start as an entrepreneur? Where is my finance? Should I move in another location? Whatever that question is, first you have to just ask. Once you get the ask, now you have to be prepared immediately to hear, to listen, because you're going to get the answer, the what, the where, the how, the when, but are you ready to act? That's the third part. Ask, listen, act, whatever it may be. Should I stay in this marriage or should I let it go? Should I heal this marriage? Is it possible? You're going to get the clear message. And what happens when you start to really listen to it, you get stronger in intuition. Your telepathic skills start to get so strong. I was teaching in Harlem because it's to help in domestic violence with Stephanie McGraw. So I'm on payroll on Tuesdays, which is the shock because I never worked for anybody in my life. So, common ground. There was a elder came and she's 78. And I said, and she got on the floor and she got back up. I said, well, go ahead, elder. She's older than me. You're doing all right for yourself. And I can see it in your skin. She said, I can see it in your skin. We were going back and forth 10 times. She said, well, you know what? Also, ever since I got out of corporate America, like she's a runaway slave. Ever since I got out of corporate America, I started kind of singing. I said, yeah. I said, are you a jazz singer? She said, yes. How did I know that? Impeccable listening. Impeccable listening will give you some details about your life. You can get out of the greatest trauma, the greatest difficulty. All you have to do is ask. But you know what happens? Once we get the answer, we don't ever want to change. We don't necessarily want to do what we just heard. Anyone ever had that argument where you ask and then you hear, you say, oh, no, I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to forget that person. I'm not going
Guilty.
to move. I'm not going to leave that job. I'm not going to ask for help. Okay, now that's why, just like the old movie show, Arms Too Short to Boss of the Most High, we start fighting our blessing. At this point, in my age, I'm not fighting out one blessing. As soon as I ask, I listen, oh, got it, I move on it. When I got that there was to be Sacred Woman chapters, and I spoke to Kazi, because Kazi wrote today, he's been doing the marketing for years with us. And I said, Kazi, we're doing chat. He said, Queen, but you said you was going to have to teach it yourself so it could be done right. I said, well, you know what? The credit gave me the update. And it's going to be done right and well. I just got to put the right infrastructure and framework around it so it could be successful and have a strong team to follow up and follow through. So everything in the universe. So we already liberated people. I have a book that I never wrote. That book is Liberation to Purification.
Okay.
And one day it will be written, but I think it's being written through our lives. That what I've learned, no matter what happened in your past, that you can detox. You're not a prisoner to your DNA. You could say, well, my family has this issue, they're alcoholics, they're drug abusers, my family has heart condition and cancer running rampant, but you're not going to be a victim to that. You're not in prison to that. You can elevate. That's how we cleanse. We purify our thoughts, our words, our deeds, our actions, our relationships, our home. Just keep cleansing and rejuvenating. Because all disease is only those 2 things. Either you're malnourished and you're deficient, so your body's breaking down, liver, kidney, gallbladder, spleen, or you have to rejuvenate. So you have toxicity that you got to clean out, and then you have to repair yourself on a daily basis. So if you could do that, and that could become a blend from liquid meal to solid meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, liquid breakfast, liquid lunch, liquid dinner, solid. It's a dance. And you can, and when the sun goes down, liquefy on the highest level on herbs and baths and version and prayer. So there is a way of life to break through all cycles. So when you asked that question 10 minutes ago, and I gotta give you a whole workshop, it's that you're gonna have a change a moment, a change a day.
Right.
All you have to do is sit down, center yourself, take a cup of tea if that's what you need, get some rest, wake up the new day, take pen and pad, journal, light a candle, do a prayer. All of a sudden, you can see your whole world right before you. That's how I wrote all the books. I never considered myself a writer, but I've accepted I'm a writer. But I know that I got it direct. It was in a direct channel. And what I did was I'm a good student of the spirit, and I will write what I see, even if I don't want to believe it. I'll write it, and I'll say, okay, I understand. I know
You,
understand why.
Queen. It's so funny that you said that you didn't consider yourself a writer when her alignment number, the 8 plus that 13 equals 21, which is a 3. That is a writers and speakers number. I
Ah,
mean, it's naturally there, mathematically is there, and sometimes we try to run away from what we're supposed to do. you know?
well, I ran so fast trying to run away from it. Diana Farr, my Mr. Girlfriend, sister friend, she said, Queen, you basically wrote anything but flyers and brochures. She said, Queen, you know your life, your whole life is gonna be around writing. I left her off the phone. I said, really? I write a good brochure, a good flyer. That's all the right I'm gonna do. I do healing work, I do colonics, I do consultations, I do herbs, da 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 da. And I am writing every single day. She was right all the time. And that number 3, thank you very much. That confirms it. I'm on my
Mm-hmm.
path. Sometimes you be on your path and you have no
you
awareness how
don't
deep you
even
on your path.
You didn't
Thank you.
even know it, and that's so funny. And Queen, a family. I just want to remind everybody the website, the number, the 1-800, the 88800 number, 888 number 344-4325 for information if you want to call. And also the website is pinned to the top of the chat. The website has also been scrolling on the bottom. This is the website. This is the event that's happening from August the 1st all the way to the 3rd at the New York Marriott at Brooklyn Bridge, right down there, Brooklyn Bridge. As a matter of fact, like I was telling Queen on the phone, that's where I did when Sabi came back into the fray. That's where
Yeah.
I ran into Sabi again, and he had a low turnout. Really, like 12 of us came, and then me and him talked. And after me and him talked, the next couple of months, we did a major event at St. Anthony's Baptist Church with 400 to 500 people there. And that was it for me and
Glory.
Sabi. That was me and Sabi all day after that. But because what happened, Queen, is that sometimes the elders forget that it's not the same way as it was in the 80s and all
That's
that.
true.
So and going into the 2000s, so he thought he could go on a radio show and everybody would come out like back in the day. It didn't.
Right.
12 of us came out, to tell you the truth,
Right.
in a big
Okay.
Marriott room. It was just 12. So he canceled it. And me and him
Mm.
talked, him and his assistant at that time. We sat down and talked. He gave me a check to book the place immediately for like $500 to get it going. And the
Mm.
next couple of months, we just booked up St. Anthony's Church. We promoted it on the street, and it was history. Then we packed out the place on Red Pill and Blue Pill's birthday, November the 14th, 2009.
Mm.
Never forget that, because
Wow.
he thought he could just, like I said, go on the air and just spewed it out on Gary Bird's show again. And
Mm.
it's just not. It wasn't like that. Everything changed
It's
by
time, it's time, but you're a master producer, motivator. You get
that
people
time.
moving forward. So that's has been your MO. You've had the ability and you never fail. That's what I've witnessed. You have never failed
Yeah, no,
bringing it.
man.
So
And
thank you for doing that.
now I'm proud of Brother Rich and where he's going with it.
Well,
And
that y'all working together.
yeah, and we working together in our own capacity, and he lets
Yeah.
me MC it and all that. But before we go there, I wanted you to, we only got a few more minutes because I know you got a lot of
Mhm.
phone calls, a lot of stuff going on. I always ask you. Always want to ask. I know you took martial arts. You studied under Dr. Moses Powell and Sanukas Rue, but why didn't you create a sacred women's martial arts tune-up or martial arts training? Because women, as they are healers, they still need to be able to defend themselves. Because a lot of women came to you after abuse of men beating them, or people beating them, or people attacking them. Why wasn't sacred women martial arts by one of the women from Sanukas come and help train or teach the women how to defend themselves? Why that never
I'm
happened?
so glad you said that. Well, I took Aikido and I took jujitsu.
And you took jujitsu, yes, right.
But I'm with the children's father. We actually
Yeah,
they all children, they fathers 5, 7, and 9. They were all we were a martial arts family.
right. Brooklyn Aikido. Y'all went to Brooklyn Aikido, right? Back in the day,
Right.
yeah.
Well, was that Grandmaster Moses Powell?
Well, Moses was Sanukis, but they had a Brooklyn Aikido also that back in the day that was
Yes.
there too. So I remember back in the day.
So we made our rounds, but you know what? The actually, I was honored by the martial arts community for taking the principles of some of the principles of martial arts and bringing it into Sacred Women's work.
Right, right.
But I'm so glad you mentioned that because I said to myself, I want to go back. I want to train. I want to go back training. And I was just walking past a Capoeira class in
Yes,
this area downtown, and I just walk in and I just want to get a day, trying to feel my way in. And they said, "Do you want to sit in on the class?" I said, "No, it's okay, no, go ahead, please." And then the teacher's drumming, he's bringing me in. And next thing you know, they give me a tambourine. He got the drum going, and I'm up here playing. I just walked off the street, so I start calling. So now you want to tell me something like, and I had to write it down just now because guess what? I'm gonna do just what you said.
yes, man. Yes, I
That's
think
all a
the
part of power, bringing our power together. And
balance.
I think that is so. We're gonna continue this conversation because that's called ask,
You shall
listen.
receive.
You're talking
Listen,
to me
listen,
and
exactly.
act. I'm not playing with that. That's
Yeah,
real.
because it's getting the streets are getting kind of violent, and a lot
Yeah.
of our sisters need to at least know the basic.
Yes.
Dr. Powell always say, at least master the basics. You don't have to go get a black belt. You don't have to go and train that hard, but at least master the basics. Basic blinding, taking somebody off of balance and taking their breath away. The BBB, blind, breath, balance. The
Thank you.
basic.
BBC. Okay, the training has begun. Love it. No, that's so real because I'm working up and I listen. That's a very real thing. I'm working up in Harlem with our sister, and I went on her board that she has in her office space, and there are about 25 women who were murdered in domestic
Mm,
violence.
right,
Now, we don't want those women to kill their men. We
right,
want
exactly.
them to disarm them.
Yes,
Boom. A flip, a turn, he'll be like, "Oh, wait a minute, I can't just hit on her because I was raised toxic because stuff is passed down. I will never forget 4 years a child of slavery is a thing to us. And our families having a hard time being families. And the rage and so many contributions that contribute to the rage in a family.
yes,
But yes, on just to have a peaceful life and the confidence that comes by being able to marshal your energy up and walk in the streets fearless. That's a martial arts state of conscience. Many of the martial arts masters, they don't have to fight because they use their mind.
yes. It's not necessary to fight, and
It's not necessarily do all that. But that came through the training.
Master Duncan used to teach us improvised weapons. So even your shawl or your scarf becomes a thing that can choke somebody out
Well,
real quick, and just move and then keep it moving. And you take your shawl and your scarf back and go where you gotta go.
no, I had a martial arts teacher. I don't remember his name, but I remember he somebody came and grabbed him and he flipped him on the floor and then he put his hand out to help them up. Okay.
I've done that too. I've done that too. Somebody attacked me. A person that worked at WWRL attacked me years ago. She was
Whoa,
a big sister too, big.
whoa.
But she ran up on me behind my back, and I was coming in the door, and I threw her. But when I realized it was her, I let her roll off of my body, and I picked her
Mm.
back up and said, "Don't do that, sister. I'm not.
You said you have mercy. Bless your heart. You have to
Yo,
have mercy.
she about 200, 250 pounds. I'm about buck 50. You thought, I mean, you coming after me and you trying to choke me out. I'm going to flow with what Dr. Powell and them taught us, and
Yes.
Little John and Anthony Muhammad
But
taught us.
she probably talking about that story up to today.
Oh yeah, of course, because her brother's in the Nation of Islam, so I know she talks about it because
She's talking
she
about it.
remembers. She
She's
never
talking about
forget.
it.
So, but go ahead, New Diamonds. You have any more questions before she got 10 more minutes to be on? So, ask your question, New Diamond. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I love this conversation because it's so real. A lot of men, a lot of women, we go through that trauma, we go through that pain, we go through that programming, this is hard. We went through this, we went through that.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do we find that balance? A lot of women want to be in that soft, this soft life, this soft era, but we are, very independent and we have to survive. We got to do survive, right? So we're working, we're pushing forward. We have to protect ourselves. We have to be strong, but we still want to rest in our divine feminine energy.
Yeah,
So
well,
my
you know,
question is
the
balance.
Joy, I thank you for that because you don't have to do all the fighting that you think you have to do if you elevate yourself
Mm,
because everything is energy.
mm,
And the higher your frequency of energy, the greater your ability to will the forces. A cup of tea, a shawl of beauty, a word of praise can disarm someone.
mm,
You don't have to go through all that. The husbands called me the velvet sword because I don't argue and I don't
mm,
slam doors,
mm,
but I will clean a house in a way
mm,
that will help you get to your righteous mind. And I will do a meal that will detoxify this conversation.
mm.
There's so many ways. That's why
Yes,
we go through the rites of passage to learn the ways of the woman. So she is elevated. And if she's elevated, the man will come, you will elevate. If he sees an
mm,
elevated, powerful, righteous woman, he will work harder to be his whole self because it's already in his DNA.
mm.
So, yeah, that's how we take enough healing baths. You get nice and soft and gentle, but you get wise, and you can see things before they happen.
Yes,
You can actually read a relationship. You say, okay, if I get in this relationship now and we don't do any healing and cleansing together, I can see where it's going to go because the real self is going to come out about a month or two,
yes,
right? What that person really went through and how they really feel about women, how they feel about men, and how they feel about life is going to show up. And oftentimes we are so deep in it, we don't know how to get out of it, we don't know how to adjust to it, but we have to actually really meet each other on a higher level. Don't be so quick to get intimate. Get
mm,
intimate in the intelligence,
Yes,
mm,
and get intimate in the spiritual realm. Get
yes.
to really dissect and understand what is this relationship about. Are we going to build? Or we just want to jump in the bed? Now, if you jump in the bed, you don't know what you're gonna come out of the bed with.
right.
So we gotta come to a higher self, and life will show up as ourselves.
Yes.
Well, one person in the chat asks, "What religion do you practice, Queen Afua?" I
I don't
want you.
practice any religion
That's
because
right.
religion represents to separate.
Right.
I
Mm,
live a way of life, and that way of life is Ma'at. That's what I strive to live daily. The spirit of
Yes.
Ma'at, balance, truth, righteousness, reciprocity, proprietary. So those are the qualities that I live, and I'm writing a little book called Indwelling Healer to share some of those principles of taking that as a way of life. That's what come on. I'm the mother of civilization. What am I doing? Trying to have a religion.
Exactly. Hey,
Everybody comes to us and through us. So
Queen,
we have a life. Air,
Queen.
fire, water, earth, nature, the most high is in all of us, in
yes,
all of nature. So it's good you have a religion for a certain particular discipline, and that's fine. But there's before that, there was us.
yes,
Queen, the same brother here is frequent on Stars shows. Stars are relative to Queen Afua, brother David. So y'all better Star from Star Report, Terrain, Terrain himself. You remember Star from Troy
Yeah,
Terrain.
give thanks,
That's a
greetings and
relative of Queen
blessings.
Afua, David. So I'll let you know today's religious talk. He's usually regular on Stars show. So big up to
Oh, how wonderful.
David.
Give
Thank you very much
thanks.
for coming over, brother. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Well, Queen, I know you have you're very busy with this event coming up. Let me show the event again, and we could close out. Let the people know what they need to do They got to buy tickets quick, whatever they got to do, call it. Oh, yeah. What about your 7 books?
I have to announce this on my way out
Yes.
the door, out the temple, out your shrine.
Yes.
There, I'm going to do a book signing. Ali calls this,
Yes.
Legacy Ali calls this the encyclopedia.
Yes.
It's 7 books. So
Yes.
I'll be doing a book signing at Ascension. There'll be the Sun Food Vegan Kitchen, the Manifestation Lunch Kitchen,
Yes.
the Sun Food Live Kitchen,
Yes.
the Emerald Green Rejuvenation Kitchen,
Yes.
the Fastest Detox Kitchen,
Yes.
the Healers Unity Kitchen,
Yes.
the Liberation Soup Kitchen. These are the 7 kitchens of consciousness that deals with the 7 RV, which we miscall chakra system.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so the higher we go in the knowledge of food is medicine, the more astute we are holistically and naturally, and everything that we're seeking, we can realize it as everything we're looking for is inside of us and inside of our circle of wellness.
Wow.
Ashe,
So,
Ashe.
so, so please, family, please get to the event. Go to the website. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Call the information line, the 1-888-344-4325. Go to queenafua.com. Go to a Linktree /Queen Afua. She is the Empress of Health and Wellness. This is it. This is it. This is the one. This is my sister. I've had her books. I've given away her books numerous times because sisters needed it. And of course, big up to my brother Supernova Slum that also sent me this book and signed it because my name is in the book. He showed me love, of course, and big up
Always.
to everybody. So I always love the family. Ali, wherever you are, brother, big up to you all the time, my brother. Thank you so much.
He's in the kitchen lab right now, cutting and dicing.
Okay, Ali, and all your children, all the beautiful
Thank
children, your
you.
daughter, everybody, and all the family, granddaughter, and everybody. Queen, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
And I know you're very busy, and I love you immensely. And we're gonna make it out there. We're gonna make it out there for the August
Well,
1st.
no, you have to make it out, Peace Time, because we have to, the men, because we're going to have a man's circle and we're going to go to the ocean. And we're
Yes,
going to, you know, we got some purification and some actualization and release work to do. And the women who come, they can participate with us. So yeah, definitely check the website. But we got stuff for you. We're going to
yes,
support you. And I know your teacher, one of your master teachers, he's going to be here.
Lloyd.
So Lloyd Strayhorn, Numbers in You,
Yes,
and you're gonna be there, and so it's
yes.
all beautiful.
We're gonna
So
be at
thank
the
you for
table
the
together.
diamond, 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 diamond.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that we are together once again in the
yes,
flesh. So
yes.
please, make this is your home. So come
Thank
home
you.
and visit us, your
Thank
sisters
you.
Yes,
and brothers.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I give
love you, Queen.
gratitude for you.
Love you, love you, Queen. Take care.
Thank you, King
All right,
Simon.
all right.
Always.
Peace
I
and love.
say.
All right, I say. Man, that was beautiful. Oh, let's give that a well-deserved round of applause. This was, of course,
Amazing.
she got a whole encyclopedia coming out. My
Beautiful.
goodness. Big up
Beautiful.
to her sons and them that's putting it together. I'm gonna be there. I know Brother Rich said he's gonna be in town too, so we're gonna try to make it all there and do what we gotta do. It's a shame you can't fly from California all over to New York that August because we gonna tear that place up. Because
Yes.
I think Rich has a whole house party thing going on for Club 363. So we're gonna go in. We're
Wow.
gonna at Nicholas Brooklyn. Big up to Nicholas Brooklyn. That's gonna be the place holds like 100 people, but you could be in and out outside and chill out because it's a whole street. Fulton Street is a whole vibes over there. Restoration Plaza.
Okay. It's
So
lit.
so we're gonna be there. We're gonna be there. New Diamond, thank you so much for
Gratitude.
being the first time, but I'm going to pull you on by yourself and talk to you. But I wanted to see how you fit with Queen, and I'm glad that you and her really worked it out and actually vibed together. And that was beautiful to see that
Yeah.
vibe. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
thank you for being. How did you feel getting to talk to the Queen directly?
Amazing, amazing. Just her light, her energy, her wisdom is priceless. So, just her giving those words of affirmation and confirmation is very enlightening. So I'm absorbing it and basking in it and just grateful and in gratitude. So I'm feeling really good. And thank you again to King Simon,
Yo,
because like you said, it's about the community. Like you guys were talking about, it's about unity in the community. So more things like this have to be done. Like she's doing that beautiful Ascension
yes.
celebration for the community, for people coming together, for the elders, for the youth. And that's what it's about. It's about coming together and working together. So
Man,
I'm super, super grateful.
I am grateful for you. Thank you very much, sister. And again, thank you for coming on and being, don't be a stranger. You know what it is.
Oh, never.
And again, family, make sure you follow her. Go to her website, newdiamonds.net, her IG at New Diamonds, her YouTube channel. She puts up some great content, some very good, spiritually energetic content at New Diamonds. That's at YouTube/@ at New Diamonds. Her Cash App, if you want to show her love, at $ New Diamonds 101. Thank you again, New Diamonds, for being your great self and being your great Gemini self, Gemini energy. So, and you take care of yourself, all right?
You too. And
All
thank
right.
you again so much. It's been a pleasure and an honor.
Anna, thank you. Peace and love. All right, great,
Peace.
great. All right, family. We want to thank all the people. Of course, Queen Afua. Let's put her stuff back up there. Oh man, it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time with these beautiful people. I like to be around the women, man. I like the energy, so that's just me, man. I'm born February 1st. I'm like Rick James. We like to be around the women. That's just me. Stop playing. Oh my gosh. But I hope Queen Afua does establish that martial arts component for the women, because there's a lot going on with women, and also learning how to shoot them guns. You know what I'm saying? How to shoot them bullets. Hey, if you're a healer, you got to be able to take somebody out. It's all about that yin and the yang, the balance, just in case somebody try to hurt you, your family, your children, whoever, whatever. We got to learn how to defend ourselves in any form or fashion. All right. So I'm proud of the journey of everybody. Again, make sure y'all support our dear Queen Afua. Of course, support her, support her, support her. That is the Ascension, the rise of the healer. Ascension weekend. I'm telling you, it's going to be from August the 1st all the way to the 3rd, the Brooklyn, New York Marriott. Like I told y'all, I had a great time with Dr. Sabi back in the day over there. And we made history a couple months later after that. So big up to the late, great Dr. Sabi, and everybody that supported that time, that came out to St. Anthony's Church. And again, family, support Lloyd Strayhorn. He's going to be in the UK. Check this out, 23rd of August, and support my brother and sister in the martial arts. This is my teacher in the martial arts, as he's turning 64 years of age this month. Big up to Grandmaster Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad from the Nation of Islam, the Assistant Supreme Captain of the Nation of Islam. Been training me from since 89, man. I was in his dojo, so I know how it is. So let's work this thing out, family. Let's get this all together. Big up to Abundance Child, who was in the chat, and her husband, John Carr. And big up to everybody. One of the new sponsors, big up to her, 340 Worldwide, as they provide service to help you grow your business. My son, big up to him also. And remember, join my Patreon or book a session with me. Here's my books. Join my Patreon, book a session with me. And please remember, take advantage of my discounts when I put them out there. Believe me. Believe me, take advantage of it. I'm here to help. Support the channel. If you want to advertise and get that advertisement discount, you can text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Big up to everybody that came in, all the people that supported Legendary Top Cat. He showed love in the chat. Of course, today's religious talk, he shows support in the chat also. Anybody that's throwing any kind of love, whether it's on Instagram or whether it's through Facebook or whatever, thank y'all very much. All my Instagram crew, thank y'all very much all the time for showing love. And again, New Diamonds, love you to life and love all the energy that you have offer. I see you. I see you. There you go. There you go. I see it. There's the heart. New Diamonds all day, every day. All right. So we're glad we're going to get on out of here. We're going to do what we got to do and keep it moving. Family, have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. Remember what Dr. Blair would say. Please, Universal Creator, Know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Be safe, be great, and remember, I love you because I love me. Take care.
I want to thank Grandmaster and all the Grand Masters, male and female, that are here. And I want to thank you for demonstrating the greatness of your skill.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm confronted by him, the question is, what do I see in him? First of all, I see, if we're taught that when we look at another man or brother or sister, when we look at our alternate's heart, we've got to see ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now the question is, what do you see? Do you see yourself, or do you see someone capable of destroying you?
It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.